to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an autumn makeup look for you. I've been doing these for the last couple of years now, and even though my makeup looks for autumn are always pretty similar-ish, the same kind of colours, I always have different products that I start using, or I discover new products and I want to update it every year. So today is absolutely no different. I'm going to be doing an updated autumn makeup look, and this year it's going to be more copper tones on the eyes using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, and then more of a burgundy colour on the lip. So I really hope you guys enjoy it and you get something out of it. So if you want to find out how I did this makeup look, then just keep watching. So I've already moisturised and primed my face, so I'm going to begin by applying a foundation, and the foundation I'm using today is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation, and it's in the shade 1 Fair. I like this for the autumn time because it's a really nice dewy glowy base, but it's still really moisturising, and especially if you get dry skin during the autumn, this foundation is absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to apply some of this using a buffing brush to my face. So as you can see, it just really gives your skin a lovely base. It's very glowy, very healthy and very dewy looking, which is what I love during the autumn time. Now moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using another Charlotte Tilbury product, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher, and it's basically a concealer. It's really healthy looking, it really does make your skin look airbrushed and flawless, and it's great for also covering spots, but it's also really good for underneath the eyes. So I'm going to be using that underneath my eyes and on any problem areas that I might have. And then I'm just going to be blending that using a little concealer brush. To set my makeup today, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and I'm going to be using the shade called Radiant Light. Because this foundation is quite dewy, I do want to set it a little bit with a bit of powder, but because it's autumn time, I tend to find that my skin doesn't get as oily, so I don't need to use anything as heavy like I usually would in the summer. So this powder is absolutely fine to set my makeup during the autumn time. Just put a little bit of it under my eyes as well, the chin, and then also the T-zone, which is where I really do get oily. Now moving on to bronzer, I'm going to be using a oldie but a goodie, and it's the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm so sorry for the state of this look. I mean, I have seriously got into pan with this, so when I say I love this stuff, I literally love it. So I'm going to be applying that just using a big fluffy powder brush, and I'm just going to be putting that on the high points of my cheekbones and also on the temples as well, and the forehead where the sun would naturally hit. And because this is quite a light bronzer and it's matte, it looks very realistic, so it just gives you a little bit of a bronze look without looking too much. Okay, I'm all bronzed up, and now moving on to contour, I'm going to be using something that you are probably sick to death of seeing, but why change something if it's working good? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's the Charlotte Tilbury Film Style Bronze and Glow Contour Kit, which I am obsessed with, and I'm not going to lie, I don't think I ever use anything else these days apart from this one, except maybe the Too Faced Contour Kit, which I do use on occasion, but to be honest, this just for an everyday thing I just love, and I always get compliments when I wear this. And I'm just going to be applying the contour shade to my cheekbones just to chisel them out a little bit and make them look a little bit more prominent. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of it on the jawline as well. On to highlight, I'm actually going to be using a combination of two different highlighters. The first one I'm going to be using is yet another Charlotte Tilbury product, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand, and it's basically a liquid highlighter, so it's the liquid version to the Film Star Bronze and Glow, so it's the liquid version of that. But I just love this for an everyday look. I use this on its own, or I also use it when I'm going to be putting on more of a stronger highlighter, just to make it look a little bit more dewy and a little less powdery. I like to put a bit of it on the back of my hand, and then I just take my finger and then I just dot it on my cheekbones, just so it makes it look a little bit more softer. That highlighter is just so pretty and natural and subtle, so you could easily leave it there if you wanted to. However, I do want something a little bit more of a show-stopping highlighter, because I love my highlighters, and I'm just going to be adding a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold highlighter over top, just to really make that highlighter pop a little bit more. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on a small highlighter brush and just dust that onto the cheekbones. I think this is definitely, without a doubt, my favourite highlighter of all time. And weirdly enough, I don't think I've actually ever used it in a tutorial, yet it's my favourite highlighter. What the hell? I'm also going to be adding a little bit to the Cupid's bow as well, just to really make it stand out. Now moving on to blusher, I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution Hot Spice blusher palette, and I really like this because it has lots of really pretty terracotta-y warm tone shades that are really nice for the autumn time, especially if you're going to be using copper shades on the eyes like I am today. And I'm going to be taking the shade on the left hand side, on the top row. This shade's a really nice pinky warm tone peach colour, but it's still got that nice sort of brownish terracotta undertone. Now moving on to eyes, I'm going to first of all start off with my eyebrows, and I'm going to begin by putting a little bit of clear brow gel onto the brows just to keep them in place, and this is the Pixie Clear Brow Gel. So I'm just going to brush some of that on in an upward motion just to keep the hairs in place, and actually if you brush in an upward motion it helps to make your brows look more fuller. Whilst I'm waiting for the brow gel to dry, I'm also going to put on a little bit of eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to be using the Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden, which is one of my favourites. It's just a really beautiful champagne colour, and it's great for autumn time because it's lovely underneath gold eyeshadows or really warm tone eyeshadows. I'm just going to pat that on with my finger. Back onto eyebrows, I'm now going to be using some of the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the colour Taupe, just to carve out my eyebrows a bit and to make them look a bit more fuller. Just taking that on a little angled brush. And I just do small feathery strokes just to mimic my hairs. Do you ever get it where one eyebrow is always really on point and always looks amazing, and then the other eyebrow you have to really spend time on? That is literally what happens with my eyebrows. My right eyebrow is always really good, and then my left eyebrow is always really annoying. But I guess it makes sense because I actually haven't got any eyesight in my right eye, so it's probably nature's way of helping me out a little bit. Nature is a funny thing. Okay, so eyebrows are now done, so now I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I'm so excited to be using this today because I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Urban Decay recently sent me this, and oh my god, it's just so many beautiful, really gorgeous coppery tone shades, perfect for the autumn time, and especially if you are a warm tone eyeshadow lover like myself. I binge collect them. To start off with, I'm going to be taking this matte light brown tone shade called Sourced, and I'm going to be applying that to the socket line to act as my transitional colour using a fluffy blending brush. I think I got a bit too overexcited to begin with there. Got a bit too much on there. Never mind, that's why we have blending brushes, it's fine. Blend. blend, come on, blend, 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 blend. Okay, so that's much better now. So I've just blended that out and it actually looks fine. These shades are really easy to blend. They're really easy to work with. Next up, I'm going to be using the shade Dirty Talk on the lid using a flat shader brush. And Dirty Talk is like a really dark, shimmery, burnt orange copper shade. It's a very intense shade, but for the autumn time I think it looks amazing. And with darker shades, my trick is I start lower down on the lid and then I just bring it upwards so I don't have as a harsh a line when I get to the actual crease. So that's how I usually do darker colours, so it doesn't look like I've been punched in the eye. I'm then going to be taking a little bit of the shade called He Devil, and He Devil is a dark maroony brown sort of colour and it's matte, so it's great as a crease colour. I'm just going to be taking this on a tapered crease brush. And with the crease, I always start from the outer corner and bring it in so that I get more of a concentration of colour on the outer part, and then it fades in naturally, just because I think it looks a bit better as opposed to having more concentration on the inner corner, because it can sometimes drag your eye down, especially if you've got hooded eyes. Now I'm just going to blend all those colours that I've used so far together using a fluffy blending brush. Next up, I'm going to be mixing two shades to use on the lower lash line. I'm going to be mixing Low Blow, which is a light mid-tone matte brown, and then I'm also going to be mixing the same shade called Lumiere just to put on the lower lash line, just to smoke it out a little bit. I'm just using a little pencil brush to do this. And I'm going to go in about halfway. Then I'm just going to blend that using the same brush I used for my crease. Then finally for eyeshadow today, I'm going to be taking the shade called Ounce, and this is the lightest shade of the palette, and it's a light creamy colour and it's matte, and I'm just going to be applying that to the brow bone for a bit of highlight, and then I'm also going to be putting a little bit of it on the inner corner as well. Eyeshadow is now complete, so next part of this look is eyeliner, and I'm going to be using another oldie but goodie, and it's the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the shade Trooper, which is a really dark black colour. I honestly love this eyeliner. I think if I had to only ever use one eyeliner in my life from now on, it would have to be this one, because it's just amazing. It's like a really good brush tip eyeliner and it acts like a pen as well, so it's really easy to use. Now it's time for the flick. Yeah! Did it! Now it's time to try and do the other one. Ooh, yay, what fun. Okay, I've made it through the eyeliner. That's always the most intense part of my makeup looks for me, because I have nystagmus. My eyes wobble and shake involuntarily. There's nothing I can do about it, and I'm just so worried that my eye is going to take that particular moment to shake when I'm in a corner or something, and it's going to go everywhere, and it would, it's the most intense thing about doing makeup, and oh god, I'm so glad when it's over. So now it's time to move on to mascara, but first it's time to do the obligatory curling of the lashes. For mascara, I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, one of my all-time faves. Now moving on to lips, I'm actually going to be using a new addition to my lip collection, and it's this Charlotte Tilbury liquid lipstick from her new Hollywood range. I couldn't resist. I went into Charlotte Tilbury the other day when I was in Covent Garden with my friend and I bought one. I actually am not too sure what this lipstick is called. I can't actually see the print because the print is tiny, which is a thing when you can't see very well. Usually makeup products have really small print, so it's really annoying. I will put it in the description box when I find out what it's called, but suffice it to say, it's a really pretty bricky brown tone red burgundy nude colour. It's just really nice for autumn. It's a good autumnal nude, and I'm just actually going to be applying it straight from the actual product. I'm actually not going to be using a lip liner today, which is a first for me because I never ever put on a lipstick or a lip gloss or anything without a lip liner, so wish me luck with this, guys. And then finally, I'm just going to douse my face in a bit of the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And there we go, that is the finished makeup look. It's a really dark burgundy colour on the lips and then really warm copper tones on the eyes. I'm really happy with this look and I hope you guys liked it as well. Do let me know down in the comments what your favourite autumn makeup must-haves are, whether that's your favourite burgundy or plum tone lipstick, whether it's your favourite eyeshadow for autumn, or anything that you love to have during autumn for your makeup collection. I'd really love to know. Also let me know what your go-to makeup look is for the autumn. I really would love to know that as well. Do be sure to like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye!